September 21st, 1999, the day Masashi Kishimoto first published his world-renowned manga Naruto. After two failed one-shots, he finally managed to get into Shonen Jump, where it would go on to become the second most popular manga in the West. I'm going to discuss how he went 5 for 5 and made a brilliant pre-time skip that I don't think many authors can rival even today or in the past.
Upon this wall, I make this pledge. Believe it! I will never back down again and let someone else rescue me.
Within the first chapter, Kishimoto already sets up what the goal and the theme of the series is going to be, with his introduction of Haruka and Naruto and their relationship, using Mizuki as a quick device to show what these two relationships really is about. As thanks to Mizuki, Naruto goes on to learn his most iconic jutsu, the Shadow Clone Jutsu. Thanks to Haruka defending Naruto to Mizuki, we finally see the true theme of the series. Can two people understand each other despite not being the same person? Naruto would finally get his first power friendship power-up as he summoned hundreds of clones to beat up Mizuki. Then we're introduced to the 5 most important characters in Naruto, Team 7 and Haku and Zabuza. Really lay down the foundations of Naruto's principles all here, with Haku's iconic speech, Naruto's speech to Zabuza to break him down. The teamwork aspect from the bell test, the lore behind the Sharingan is also dropped here for the first time, as we also find out that this is the special ability of the Uchiha clan, giving us more interest in the Kakashi's character and Sasuke, knowing that he'll eventually have to unlock this too, which he does in this arc. It's just so crazy how much gets done in this arc. Overall, this is a really good arc, as it introduces so many things into the story, as well as a great introduction to the story itself, and also the important deaths of Zabuza and Haku, and Naruto finally figuring out what his ninja way is going to be. It also paved the way for the next arc, which is
Cut that bitch right off, I feel like
the Chūnin Exams, probably the most iconic arc in this part. Everyone knows about it, everyone raves about it. This arc drops so much lore. We are introduced to Team Sand, Team Guy, famously known as the arc that Kishimoto came up with on the fly. Everything that's introduced here comes to play for the rest of the series, such as Orochimaru, Kabuto, as well as the village system, most importantly the Sand Village, this arc, as well as the Hunter x Hunter influence that we would later know it for, such as with the Forest of Death and the Hunter Exams Forest. Also, speaking of the Forest of Death, we also meet Orochimaru there, who would later go on to be one of the most important characters, giving Sasuke the curse mark here, also beating up Naruto. This arc really is a political arc as well, showing us the political side of the Naruto world, really giving us a different approach to how the world should be seen. I mean, can we talk about it? This arc, Naruto has no good fights. His Kiba fight was pretty trash. His fight against Neji, no one really likes anymore due to what happens later on. Like, he just has no good fights in this arc, and it's pretty sad. The fights in this arc are really top heavy. You have Rock Lee versus Gaara and Shikamaru versus Tamari, but other than that, most of the other fights are either really slow or one and dones. Like, nothing else is really interesting besides those fights. But if you want me to rank fights and talk about them later on, let me know, because I'll make a whole video rating every part 1 fight on a scale of 1 to 5. Just let me know in the comments if you want to see that video. This arc is also the start of the failure to understand Naruto's true theme, as people really think that the whole series is about hard work, but it's only ever really brought up in this arc specifically. But the ending to the arc is really interesting as well, as it really sets up exactly into the next arc that we're about to talk about, the Konoha Crush arc. Before we continue, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share this video so in the future I can quit my Wendy's job. These 3 to 12 shifts have been really fucking with my sleep schedule, and I really need to get some sleep. Now back to your scheduled programming. Thank you. This arc revolves around Gaara versus Naruto and Hiruzen versus Orochimaru. Both battles are battles of ideals, with Naruto and Gaara fighting as 2 sides of the same coin, with Orochimaru and Hiruzen fighting to see what really truly matters in life. Hiruzen versus Orochimaru is the first time in the series that we see two high caliber fighters on the level of Kage fighting against each other. We see multiple jutsus get busted out, the Reaper Death Seal, the Reanimation Jutsu, two jutsus that would later go on to be very important in the series. But I'm going to be honest, the thing that stole the show for me was Naruto versus Gaara, especially the ending speech, because it speaks to everything that Naruto as a person and the series is all about. Naruto, a person that understands loneliness, was able to get to Gaara, despite the fact that those two didn't even live the same exact life, but they understood each other as they lived similar lives. And this is one test that Naruto needed to get by. Is he the monster that everyone thinks he is, or is he the person that he knows he is? This will mark the start of Sasuke's downward spiral towards Orochimaru in his quest for power, as he realizes just how far Naruto's come in such a short time, to the point where he can even surpass him and beat an opponent he couldn't even beat himself. Hiruzen's death also strengthens Naruto's resolve to become Hokage, and with Hiruzen's death, that means we move on to
Just one more time. For the last time. I want those words to be true.
The Search for Tsunade arc, in my opinion, is the most underrated of the part, as it does everything it needs to do and does it very well, introducing more lore than any other arc besides the Chūnin Exams, but not having as many fights, which is probably why people don't like it as much. It is also the biggest counter to one of the biggest criticisms of Naruto, that they don't have strong female characters, because Tsunade is a very strong female character, probably the best written female character in the entire series / franchise. I love the dynamic between the legendary Sannin as well as Naruto and Jiraiya's relationship finally blooming into that of a student and teacher relationship. The dynamic between Naruto and Tsunade is very interesting, because they both go on a journey to see what is it they believe in, as Tsunade has to come to terms if maybe becoming Hokage isn't that bad, that this little knucklehead isn't such a bad person either. The revelation behind the Uchiha clan massacre being that Sasuke's brother Itachi was the one to kill them all, and Sasuke's quest on revenge for it, is all revealed here as well. And Kishimoto continues the storyline of Sasuke's downward spiral, having him hear that Itachi wasn't there for him, but instead for Naruto, making him even more resentful. The high points of Naruto's first Rasengan and the three-way deadlock are all really good here. Seeing Tsunade finish her story arc in this one arc is also really good, and also proving why I think she's the best, as she's the only female character to get a whole arc revolve around her, and for it to be this good really proves my point that Kishimoto knew what he wanted to do with this character. Naruto changing her ideals to be able to accept Hokage and get over her fear of blood is really heartwarming, and I love this aspect. It doesn't get talked about much, but it is a really good aspect. With Tsunade finally accepting the Hokage role, it's time to move on to In terms of action, this arc and the last arc is night and day, as if you were looking for action-packed fights, this is what you got this arc. The emotional peaks of this arc are really insane. Every character gets a peak, gets something to do here. No one feels left out or underutilized. The character development for characters like Shikamaru, Choji, and Neji is pretty good to see. Also, Gaara and the Team Sand as a whole also get their moments. In all honesty, Naruto and Sasuke are the main show here. It's like the mega powers of Hulk Hogan and Mighty Savage finally coming to clash after a year build-up. This has been building up since the very beginning of the series. We finally get to see them fight, and this fight is fantastic. Probably the best fight in the entire franchise. The emotional stakes, everything about this fight is important. It sets up everything that's going to happen in part 2, and I don't think any other fight can even come close to this in terms of build-up and in terms of the matter of importance of the fight. Kishimoto made the brave decision to let Naruto lose, which is really impressive, as not a lot of authors would have let their main characters lose such an important fight. This arc was a great way to end off the pre-time skip era, as it leads into bigger and better things to come for the rest of the series.
Drama for your mama, baby. I'll be right here chasing the commas, baby.
The first thing I would change is add an arc between the Chūnin Exams and the Land of Wave arc. I think those two arcs don't transition very well like the rest of the arcs do. Adding another arc could probably give Sakura some more screen time, and that's giving her the abilities that she needs to make people actually believe that she could actually make it to the Chūnin Exams. Not just one arc and she's like, oh, they think she's ready, but she was not ready. Like, seeing her cut her hair instead of stabbing the girl in the leg had me like this when I first saw it. I also believe Kiba should have died in the Sasuke Retrieval arc, as he serves no purpose after this, and it would have been a great way to end his character and giving other characters such as Kurenai and Hinata and Shino things to think about and reflect on afterwards. Let me know in the comments if you think I was just yapping or do you actually agree with me. Well guys, chug some milk, take your vitamins. This has been Mental Man, and I'll see you guys next time.
Shawty, what's your time? Oh, you like a nigga who can vibe. Like it when I pull up at night. Tell me that it's gonna be alright. Shining like a star so bright. I could be the shoulder that you cry.